Ladies and gentlemen, let's now go to the city, and we're going to impose a type of network. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to go to city. Select city over here in this projects, and for city, I'd like to go down to the space and network properties for it. Okay. Did Windchill fix your problem, Dina?
Yeah, what was my problem?
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the city, I'd like to set the network type to be a distance-based network with a connection range, ladies and gentlemen, of 25. Now, in order to display, now mind you, we're doing this for city, so whose network are we setting here? The people's network. We are setting the network and space properties for within that city. And what populations, and you'll notice it says what population, what agents you want to place in that environment population. That's a population of what? Of people, ladies and gentlemen, of people. So we would like to go set for that population of people. We'd like to see that network. How are we going to do that? We just did it a moment ago for cities. How are we going to do it for people? Yeah. Connections for whom? In main? In city? Or in person? It's persons connections. It's people that are being connected, and it's people whose connections must be shown. So we're going to go to person, go to their connections, and go down to animation and select draw a line between agents.
Okay.
Are we okay with that? Okay.
We did it for cities, now we're doing it for...
We did it for cities, and now we did it for people. Notice that my thing is giving a problem now. If I build this, it's an unhappy camper. Let's go see what happens now. Okay, double click on this, and it's taking me, oh look, there's a queue that somehow snuck in there. So now I build, and it's a happy camper. That doesn't mean the model is correct. It just means it thinks it understands what I'm trying to say. Okay, now we have, well, we have a certain amount of density. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I make a suggestion? Within person, okay, well, we'll live with that. We'll live with that for now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be more obvious when people start changing color. Okay, so we've just added connections between people, but we have a problem. There's actually a problem in what we've done here, in the sense that the network is not always getting redrawn as people join it. Okay, though it actually seems in this case like it's actually doing an okay job when someone joins it, knitting them in. It seems actually it's sometimes happening there. Okay. So maybe I don't actually have to do this next step. But in this next step, we could tell it to apply the network. It does, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what we will want to do is go back to that migration event, and I told you we weren't quite done. Just after the set XY, I'd like to say now knit the person into the network. And how do we do that? We say, we basically have the city apply the network. So city dot apply network, ladies and gentlemen. City dot apply network. Okay? We have the city apply the network, and basically that will knit them in to the city's network. It'll say it's going to recompute the network and find where do they go in. Okay? So that's at the end of that code. All I did was I added these two lines. You don't have to put these comments in. It's just, for me, it's helpful to know what's going on. It's good to communicate with people. Now knit the person into the network. Are we okay with that?
It's essential to move the bracket, so it's always at the end.
Yeah, because the bracket, thank you, Olga, for that question.
Completes
The bracket delineates what thing is conditional here. If I have a destination city, I'm sorry, I did something terrible. Man, thank you for asking the question. This should be destination city apply network. It's really in the destination. That's where the network should be recalculated, where I joined. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I have a destination city to which to do, Olga, that's when I want to do all these things. If I don't, I won't do any of them. So that's why this bracket is around the whole area. It's to indicate under this condition, namely I have a destination, that it's in those conditions I do all these things, otherwise not at all. Does that make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, that's our city. Let's run this thing. Or do you want me to show that on the big screen? Does anyone want me to put it up here on the big screen? Does anyone want me to go take a look at that on the big screen?
Yeah, just for
Okay, here we go. Migration event. Just like that. Okay, and there we go. Boom. And with your leave, I will now post this model. Okay? I want to run it though. Okay. Okay. Why are these ones not moving at all? Anyone say?
too far away.
Yeah, they're too far away. They have no neighboring city. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, great. There's one other thing. I was thinking maybe I should adjust this connection distance because it's leading to a lot of isolated cities. How if I wanted to make it very easy to adjust the connection distance between different experiments? How would I do that?
Parameter in the main.
Create a parameter in main. So let's go create a parameter in main that will be city connection threshold. City connection distance threshold. City connection, or how about maximum city connection distance? Max city connection distance. Names are important, ladies and gentlemen. They communicate things. Max city connection distance, okay? And we will make it a value of right now it's 250. Let's make it a value that's a little bit more lenient, 500. Okay? Max city connection distance. And then how do I operationalize that? How do I actually make that used as the distance by which to connect cities? Where is the distance used to connect cities within which they'll be considered connected? Where is that specified? It's actually in main. If we scroll down to the network and properties, because cities live within main, main dictates the rules for the network for cities. So cities, the population of cities is governed, and the networks for them is governed by main. And we want a distance-based networks, ladies and gentlemen, with max city connection distance. Okay, main. And to be really careful about it, I could write this dot max city, my city connection distance in main. But so I went to main. I scrolled down to space and networks, and it's because main controls the network for cities. So it specifies the rules by which they're connected. And I went to distance-based connection range this step, max city connection distance. Now I can vary it from experiment to experiment. And now we have greater flexibility. And in general, that's a good thing. So now we have these networks moving around. Do you see that?
What did you do there?
Okay, yes, question. Okay. Okay, I will now post this model. So max city connection distances in Maine. Yeah. And I'm gonna go post this model. And I will stop, I will start a new recording. So this